I'll never forget the sound of her laugh that night. Not because it was loud, not because it was cruel, but because of what came after it. She looked around at her friends, glass raised like a trophy, and said, "He's too scared to ever leave me. He'd fall apart without me." And they all nodded, like it was fact, like I wasn't even there, like I was just furniture. I didn't say anything. I just took a sip of my beer, smiled faintly, and let her believe it. But inside, something snapped. Not in anger, not in pain, in clarity, like fog lifting. For 2 years, I had let her think. She was the sun, and I was just some quiet planet orbiting her. She mistook my calm for weakness, my silence for fear, my loyalty for dependency. But in that moment, I realized something. The only reason she felt powerful was because I let her. And I could take that power back, without saying a single word. That I'm not the guy who yells. I don't need attention. I work remotely as a data architect. I build systems, solve problems, plan moves 3 steps ahead. So when I walked out of that bar that night, I wasn't heartbroken. I was already 3 steps into my next phase. While she stayed behind laughing with her friends, I went home and opened my laptop. Found an old email from a recruiter in Austin. Hit reply. "Hi David. Is that director position still available?" "I'm in." 10 minutes later, he called. 2 days later, I interviewed. By Wednesday, I had a job offer, 40% more pay, equity, leadership role, start date next Monday. I signed it that night. I didn't hesitate. I didn't second guess. Because this wasn't impulsive. It was overdue. I owned my condo. Bought it years before I ever met her. She paid me rent, a tiny amount, barely covered the HOA. Most of it went to brunch, shoes, cocktails. She thought the place was hers. It wasn't. So I called my brother Matt and his wife Sarah. They've been trying to save for a house, living in a tiny apartment an hour away. I told him straight, "I'm moving to Austin. You and Sarah can have my place. Furniture, TV, everything. Live there rent-free until you're ready. Consider it your wedding gift." He thought I was joking. When he realized I wasn't, he started crying. They came over the next day, walking through the rooms like they were dreaming. I saw the way they looked at each other, like they finally had space to breathe. That moment confirmed everything. I wasn't running away. I was building something better. Then came the cleanup. I hired movers for my stuff, just the essentials: clothes, books, computer gear, everything else. The designer couch, the 75-inch OLED, the high-end kitchen, I left it all for them. Then I packed her things. Every pair of heels, every dress, every makeup bag, all of it. Boxed up, labeled, shipped to a storage unit 3 miles away. Paid 3 months up front. I wasn't angry. I wasn't petty. I just didn't want her stuff in my brother's new home. While all this was happening, she was texting me. First annoyed. "Are you still pouting?" Then angry. "This is so immature." Then worried. "Alex, are you okay?" I didn't reply. I muted her, blocked her number, set up an email filter. She could scream into the void. I was already gone. On Saturday, I changed the locks. Wrote a short letter. Put it in an envelope with the storage unit key, access code, and a cashier's check. Every dollar of rent she'd ever paid me, returned in full. I didn't want her money. I didn't want anything from that life. I left the envelope with the concierge, told them to give it only to her, in person. Sunday morning, the movers came. An hour later, Matt and Sarah arrived with their U-Haul. I handed them the keys, showed them the smart home system, left a bottle of champagne in the fridge. We hugged. I told them I loved them. Then I got in my car and drove 1,000 miles to Austin. No music, no calls, just silence. And for the first time in years, it felt like peace. A month passed. My new job? Challenging, rewarding, full of people who actually respected quiet competence. I found an apartment downtown, started exploring the city, made a few friends. Life wasn't perfect, but it was mine. Then, last night, my brother called. "Dude," he said, "you are not going to believe what just happened." Turns out, Jenna finally showed up at the building. Got the letter. Read it. Went to the storage unit. Saw all her stuff in boxes. Tried calling me. Nothing. Email? Gone. She was locked out. Cut off. And for the first time, she had to face reality. The life she thought was hers wasn't. At first, she told everyone I had a breakdown, that I vanished like a psycho. She played the victim. But the story fell apart fast. No more free apartment. No more dinners on my dime. No more luxury. Her friends started pulling back. She had to crash on a couch. And all the while, she convinced herself I was still here, somewhere, waiting. That this was all a punishment. That I'd come crawling back when I realized I couldn't survive without her. So last night, she decided to make her grand return. The tearful apology. The dramatic plea. She showed up at the door, eyes already red, voice ready to crack. She didn't even see Matt. She looked past him, expecting to see me. "Alex," she whispered, "I know I messed up. Please, can we talk? I can't live without you." Matt, bless him, just stood there confused. "I'm sorry," he said. "I think you have the wrong apartment. My name's Matt." She froze. Then she looked around, saw the wedding photo on the table, the new pillows, the shoes by the door that weren't hers. "What?" she stammered. "Where's Alex?" "Oh," Matt said, smiling. "Alex is my brother. He moved to Austin a month ago. He's letting my wife and me live here while we save for a house. It was really generous of him." That's when Sarah came to the door. Sweet, down to earth, nothing like Jenna. And the look on her face? Matt said he'd never forget it. It was like watching someone's entire world collapse in real time. She had built her identity on one lie. That I was weak. That I needed her. That without her, I was nothing. But in that moment, she saw the truth. I wasn't broken. I was thriving. I hadn't just left her. I had replaced her, not with another woman, but with a better life. One filled with people I actually loved. And the final blow? The comfort, the luxury, the home she thought was hers. I didn't destroy it. I gave it away. As a gift. To people who deserved it. "He's in Austin," she whispered. "Yeah," Matt said. "He loves it there. He's doing great." She didn't cry. She didn't beg. She just turned and walked away. No drama. No scene. Just silence. And for the first time, she had to carry a dot. I hung up the phone. Stepped onto my balcony. Looked out at the Austin skyline. Lights stretching into the distance. I didn't feel revenge. I didn't feel satisfaction. I didn't even feel pity. I just felt light. Like I'd been carrying a backpack full of rocks for 2 years and finally took it off. She thought I'd fall apart without her. But the truth? I had to leave her to put myself back together. She thought I was scared. But real courage isn't yelling. It's acting. It's planning. It's walking away without looking back. And it's knowing that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is say nothing at all.